Well, to be able to write an equation for a geometric sequence, we've got to remind ourselves what one of those looks like. Well, basically it's an exponential equation, y equals a times b to the x power, where a is the initial value, or the starting point, and b is the growth. Okay, we write them in sequential notation. It's basically t of n is equal to a times b to the n power. It doesn't change anything in an exponential equation. It's just a geometric sequence. The best way that we've been able to describe, at least in this class, would be to set up a table and logic your way through it. So if we got n and we've got t of n, which is essentially x and y, we're going to go our x's up to 4, up to 7, really. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's quite a progression as we go. It's a big table, but not out of our range of availability. Here we got, this is a 48, and it seems to be getting smaller. The growth, quote-unquote growth, takes us from a 48 all the way down to a 6 from here to there, which means as we go backwards, it's actually going to be shrinking. So we got to think about this. From 48 to 6, we're basically dividing by 8, or multiplying by the fraction 1/8. Okay, if we do that over the course of 3 steps, we're basically taking, well, what is the cubed root of 8? What is the cubed root of 1/8? What are we multiplying by if it takes us 3 steps to get to the 8? So if we cut it in half, the cubed root of 8 is 2. Cut that in half, we get 24. We cut that in half, we get 12. Cut that in half, we get 6. So it appears as though our multiplier is 1/2. So our growth is not growth at all. We see evidence of that we are shrinking each time. We will go ahead and put this in sequence notation. To the nth power. Now, this is our 0 term, our initial value. So that means we've got to go back. Let's show you the calculator deal again. I'm going to zoom back out again, because check this out. If I take, 6, and divide that by 2 and hit enter. Nope. If I multiply it by 2 and hit enter, I'm going to find my way back this direction. What did I do? Okay, I'm multiplying it by 2, so I'm starting over. 6 times 2 is, that's the 12 I see right there, times 2. And you might say, well, that's really no special thing. The key thing there is after I hit times, it took the previous answer and multiplied it by 2. So now when I hit enter again, bam, it's 48. You might say, well, that's okay, I guess. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, now who's talking? All right. 48 is here. This becomes 96. This becomes 192. Then we got the 384. And then 768. That there is our initial value, 768. We have t of n is equal to 768 times 1/2.